fishing. Really, really fabulous. Well, we're at the end of a 4-day spell with some clients here just now, and at the tail of this pool, which is the first pool as we come into the river, we've got Martial, one of our long-standing customers, and he's got a grip of what seems to be a fairly sizable fish here. We've had, in the last 4 days, probably over 50 fish, most of which are big multi-sea winter salmon, fresh from the sea. As you're looking down there, the sea is probably about 2 miles down below here, and this one is absolutely another cracking fish by the look of it. Fresh from the sea, and he's had it on now. He hooked it about maybe 50 yards above where he is just now. The guide is trying to get him up. He knows for a fact that if that fish goes down into that rapids, he's in a wee bit of trouble. But anyway, the guides are fabulous here. I've seen them even at this height. I've seen them going down there and getting the fish from roundabout stones after the fish go in there, but quite amazing. But this looks like another good fish. This has been a simply amazing trip, it has to be said. And the guides here, so we've got 2 guides. We've got one that's taking a wee video down there, and we've got the other guide that's with Martial out there, one of the head guides here, and he's actually the camp manager on Blanda. They are all fabulous, and I'm just hoping my man gets this fish in because, mind you, I think he has now caught, this would be 8 fish in his 4 days, most of which are multi-sea winter fish. They're really, really good. But what they have to do here is they have to keep them out in the river there, because the bed of the river here is all volcanic ash, you know. So if I just pan round, you can see up there there's quite a lot of volcanic nature to the pools and river, and the bed of the river is really quite sharp. So what happens is the fish tend to bore their heads down. When they're fighting, they're sitting at an angle of about 45, sometimes 60 degrees, boring their head right in below these rocks to try and get rid of the fly. But the guide is giving him information all the time. I can see that he's kind of laughing about it, whatever he's saying to him there just now. But it is a fabulous place to be, and the most amazingly strong fish at this time. Amazing. So we've probably lost more sort of 20-pound plus fish than ever I've seen actually this trip. I think there's been 5 fish that have been, two of which have been broken, and 2 fell off and 1 straight in the hook. So we're hoping to get, if this one is another big one, we'll hope to get this one landed. So we'll see. I don't want to tempt Providence with talking too much on here, but anyway, that's what we're up to right now. So I have a feeling, I mean, the fish isn't doing too much there just now. I have a feeling that it might go itself round a rock, in which case he'll struggle a little. But I would kind of move position because I know he's going to try and take him down there just now. But the fish has been on probably about 15 to 18 minutes at this time. And we've not seen him yet, but a lot of the fish we've had here this week have been really quite active, you know, so they've cartwheeled around. But I know for a fact, right where he is there's a great big stone in the middle, and at this height, I think even the guide will struggle to get out there to clear it if it is got around the stone. But no, it looks like maybe we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. I think he's maybe got a cigar or a cigarette going. Time will tell whether he gets it or not. But it's such an exciting place. Oh my God. We've had so much fun in this pools this time. I mean, Blanda, we've got 50 miles of fishing here for 8 rods. Speak about luxury. It's incredible. Really, really incredible. The guests have absolutely loved this because the quality of fish are like just like we used to get in big numbers in the spring on this bay back home. Just the same, just the same. So if you were fishing mid-May till mid-June, these are the type of fish that you would expect, and you would have these epic battles with them, just absolutely epic, really, really fabulous. So we'll see how he gets on here. Yep, I'm not. You know, it's funny. We were actually just making a video for Cadence, just seconds before this fish took, and um, I said to him, "Get out there, Marcel, and catch a big fish. We don't want a small one. We want a big one." So I reckon that fish has now come. It's woken up again. You can see it. You can see what's happening with the rod. Always a sign of a good fish when the whole rod begins to be pulled down when the fish takes a run. It's just with the weight of the fish. There we go. There we look. But they're now getting to grips with it. Now getting to grips. I think it's good to be opposite that fish. I don't think, hopefully, it's not going to go down any further. Well, we shall see. Very exciting for the road. I think his knees will be trembling right at this moment in time because as yet, we've had this on now 20 minutes and we've not seen it at all. There's been no sign of the fish. A lot of the other fish this week that we've had have been cartwheeling around all over the place, but this one has stayed down. So I have a feeling this is a better fish, but we'll see. Well, in fact, I know it's a better fish. It's certainly not a grayling, as my good friend Andy would say. I'm just going to move down a wee bit closer. So excuse I'm just handheld this camera. I've got my tripod, but it's been used by someone else just now, which is typical. But anyway, there we go. I'm taking out this from a high vantage point, and the guide now has decided to take him down a wee bit, possibly around that rock. I'm just not sure. It is. He's taking him down, so I'm fairly sure the fish has got round a rock, which will be really disappointing if it's another good fish and we struggle with it. But we'll see. Time will tell, as they say. Now there's the rapid that they come up. It's about maybe just no far from the sea, and they come up through that rapid and they get stuck into that tail of the pool. And what a place! What a place to catch fish! No doubt, absolutely brilliant. Uh, Here he comes. He's definitely giving them the runaround. This fish. It'll be really interesting to see what it is at the end. You have to stay tuned to see this. Slowly, slowly making his way back. That's a really good thing to do when you're playing salmon. It's a really, really good thing to make your move slow. And that goes for the winding of your reel as well. Never jerk your reel. Always try and wind it in a really, really slow, even manner. That keeps the line taut and the fish doesn't feel any jerking. So it's always good to move slowly. You can see that the guy's got a hold of his braces at the back there. So that's giving him just a bit extra confidence for walking in the rocky bottom there. Oh my! Now it's coming to the tricky time. But uh, to be honest, after such a long time, it's it's not normal not to have seen this fish yet. So whether he is round a stone. The light's really quite bad up here. Oh, there's another fish jumping there just now. The light's kind of quite bad, and so I can't really see what's happening with the line, and I don't want to move from this nice vantage point again. But anyway, we shall see. Oh no, it's definitely not round a stone because I'm looking at the line moving. Yeah, I think if it was round a stone, it's definitely not round the stone now. So he's now taking him back, and hopefully this fish will be starting to tire. We'll get him to the side. Yep, he's definitely not round the stone now, but I can see a little bit of weed on the line where he's obviously went. That he's done exactly the same as most fish do on this river. They bore down, their heads always looking to try and get rid of that fly. But this one, he's a wily old fox, this one, like, no doubt. There's another fish just turned below him, and that'll just be a run of fish coming into the pool just right now. And when you happen to be in this pool when there's a run of fish comes in, which is obviously twice daily on the tide, which is just a wee bit below, oh my God, it's an exciting place. It really is an exciting place here. Um, so here he is, getting taken back. The guide's helping him, slowly moving him back. But I cannot wait to see this fish. It's so exciting because I think of all the fish we've had on this week, um, it's definitely the one that's not showed. And when he initially hooked it early on, I could see by the action of the rod that it was a really good fish. So we shall see. And the Blanda River here is it's famed for. I mean, Iceland isn't famous for big fish at all, but this river, due to the waterfall that's just up around that corner, um, this river is definitely a big fish river. Um, and of the 50 or so fish that we've had in the 4 days with this group, um, I reckon at least 30 of them are multi-sea winter fish, probably more actually. But yeah, really incredible place. I love what the guides do here. They really are special guys and very um, conscientious and very helpful. Always standing out with the roads, give them a wee bit of confidence, a bit of support, tell them exactly how to fish the pools. Mega important in a river like this. And well, it's mega important everywhere. I mean, we've been or I've had my eyes opened a lot. I've been in the business for donkey's years. That's a fish taking off again. I think he's got. No, is he going? No, he's not. He's not. I thought he'd gone there for a minute. He just took off downstream really quickly. Took off downstream. So it was heart in the mouth stuff there. I could see the road going slack. I think what had happened is shot off downstream and then he came back up towards him really quickly. So it was heart in the mouth stuff, but here we go. But fair to say this is definitely not your everyday fish, this one. No doubt about it. It's definitely a good fish and I just can't wait to see it. The eagerness. Here he comes through. He's getting him back toward the bank now. I'm just going to pan out a wee bit so we can see the full scale of the thing here. I'm just panning back out, and the girl is going to come with the net before too long. And I'll tell you what, see if this is a grilse or a grayling, I'm gonna eat my hat and wash it down with whiskey. I reckon I'm perfectly safe. But he is a very good fish. Yep, a really good fish. He's back out again. He's taking him back out again because he's always worried that that fish is going to go round a stone, you know. Always worried, especially in a pool like this. You can see that it's fairly rocky, but under the water there is really quite rocky. Not easy wading, which is why they've got a hold of them like that. We've got the other gilly here. He's come round to have a wee look and see what's happening. It's getting closer now. The fish will be tiring now. It'll definitely be tiring. So I'll look to, but you can see the surge of the movement of the rod. That's a classic sign of a big fish when the rod surges right to the butt. And away he goes again. He's out there. He's desperate for that fish not to go round a stone. Two or three of the big ones we've had here, they've come back and the nylon's all been frayed where the fish have tried to rub it off on a stone. And that's him away again. You can see the rod really pulling there. Oh, he's off. He's away, way down there. You can see him. He's right at the tail now. I just hope to hell he doesn't take off right into that. If he gets into that really rough water down there, I'm afraid it's not going to be so good. But anyway, the guide's doing what he can. The rod's doing what he can. And it's heart in the mouth stuff, guys. All really brilliant. So much fun, this. So, funnily, we've just been doing the film for Cadence and for the new rods and for new equipment because the lines had just arrived and I've got James who's down there with the camera, James Robbins. I've got him to take some lines out to us. So the lines have been performing absolutely brilliantly this week, so it's just magic. And he's got his eyes opened big time as to what a salmon fishery is, you know, and can be if, again, when it's managed properly, the proper amount of roads on the river. We've only got 8 for 50 miles, as we said earlier in the clip. 8 rods over 50 miles of fishing. I mean, that's totally extreme, but they're managing the resource that they have in a very different way to the way they do it in, say, Norway or Scotland. But I love the cultural differences. It's just fantastic here, and I love the fact that we've got so many big fish in this river. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like being in Norway, which another week from now, a week Saturday, we'll be over on the Gowler, so we'll hopefully be playing some more of these big boys, definitely. But for the moment, it's the Blanda River in Iceland, in the northwest of Iceland, famed for its bigger fish and very strong fish. This is very typical what's happening here of some of these big fish we've been contacting. So time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But he's certainly playing much more like a Norwegian fish, this one. So we'll see what happens. Yep. Martial, he's a great character, and I know he's going to be telling the story of this fish, irrespective of whether he lands it or he doesn't. He'll be telling the story of this fish round the dinner table for years to come, no question at all. You know, he's a great guy, and I've got everything crossed, hoping that this fish stays on. Yep, we shall see. That's the first. Oh, that's a good tail. That's definitely serious fish, all right, no doubt. Oh, it's tired already. It's tired already. Yeah, really good fish. So you can see the tail came to the surface there, and you can see it was like a spade. But what he's doing there, he's just turning side on and ottering. We call it ottering out into the riverbank, out to the middle of the river. So he's using his weight and the speed of the current to just try and get away. But Martial's doing a good job so far. You know, he's not the most experienced rod, but he's been coming a few years now, and so he's being well guided by Eric, the camp manager there, out there, and I've been impressed by the way that he's moved them around the pool to make sure that that fish didn't get his head round a rock. I think for a moment it actually did, and it was round a rock, but he's managed to get him back now. So, but the fish is certainly a very good fish. We caught a glimpse of it there for the first time, so I think it must be the best part of 20, it's half an hour he's had this fish on at least. So we shall see. The excitement mounts. We'll just zoom out a wee bit, see what's happening. So that's him. It's really important that you try with a big fish that you don't let him down into that really strong water when he's tired, because all he needs to do is just turn his head a little. Turns his head one way and he gets that strength of current. So what Eric's doing here, absolutely right. He's taking him up to the slightly calmer water to try and land him. So, and I've left the net there for him. I certainly wouldn't like the responsibility of netting this one, but the young lad he'll be no trouble at all. No trouble at all. There's him again. He's pulling a wee bit, and it's typical of a big fish. Oh, it's a belter. What a belter. What a belter. Absolute belter, just. Yeah, beauty. Yeah, so he wants to get out again. Because the fish is going out, they know how much rocks or how many big rocks are in there. They know for a fact how many big rocks are in there. So he will want to keep that big baby's head way up above the rocks and try and not rub the nylon on the very sharp rocks that are in there. But what an absolute beauty. Real beauty. It's fresh as paint, right off the tide. A fantastic Atlantic salmon. Is definitely a good 20 pounds at least, which again for Iceland is a very big fish. But for this river, it's not. Oh, he's away again. You can see him. So he's pulling, but you could see there it was just his tail. And oh, look at that! Look at that! My God, he's just such a good fish. But he's now using his body weight. He's using every ounce of his energy to try and get back into that faster current where he feels a wee bit more secure. Oh my God. Very exciting stuff for the people involved here. I think Marcial's hands will be shaking a wee bit with that, but I love the way that Eric's guiding this situation. He's doing a brilliant job out there, keeping the rod confident, keeping a hold of him, telling him exactly where to go. I'm sorry about the shaking camera, but my tripod's being used by Jimbo down there, so I hope he actually uses the bloody tripod and not the. Yeah, there we go. So here we go again, and you can see the fish is just pulling again. Just such a heavy fish that all he needs to do is turn his head toward that far bank, and he's in trouble. He's in trouble, and if you get him way down there, again it can be a difficult situation, because if he's tired and he gets into that strong water in the tail, he's really in control. But this is certainly one of that ones that we've had. We've had probably 5 of this quality fish during this trip, and I don't want to tempt Providence, but we've not landed any of them. We've bust on a few and straightened the hooks on 1 or 2, and yeah. But anyway, this one's still on the line, and hopefully it'll remain so until we get into the net. But I do like the way that he's dealing with it. Yeah. James, put it on the stand. You'll get it. It'll be shaky otherwise. Can put it. Put it. He'll go bananas like. Aye. So here we go again. He's getting the fish back. The fish is tired now. It's been on for half an hour, but look, this is what he's doing. All he's doing, he feels the shallower water, and all he's doing is turning his head towards the middle there again. Yeah, look, he's rolling, he's tired. You can see really tired, big spade-like tail, but he's rolling, he's really tired. And this is where yeah, he's very, very tired there. But this is where the guys that are fishing Norway for these big fish, and you can see now the backen's going away out the end of the rod. The fish is knackered, but he's in strong water down there. So for me, that's when you want to try and get opposite the fish to try and pull his head. So I hope it's still playing here. I really hope so, guys. Have a wee look. See if we're still playing. Oh, I don't think it is. So we're almost there with this fish. Almost. Someone keeps calling me. It's really frustrating because everything's going blank. But anyway, hopefully we'll have this one in the net before too long. So if you can still see this pictures live, please give us a wee thumbs up on the right. Please let me know that I've still got it live, because somebody tried to call me on my camera. So please just give me a thumbs up. So here he goes, coming now, and he's getting closer and closer and closer. Yeah, he's a monster, an absolute monster fish. Beautiful fish, way back, Marcel's, nice far back. Yeah. Oh, here. Sorry, we lost connection right at the truth. I could not believe that. Incredible. Here. Fabulous, man. Look at that fish. Right, hang on when I get down to see this fish, because it's amazing. For Iceland, this is a huge fish. Really fantastic fish. Incredible. Yeah. Wait till we see. Wait till we see. I'm just coming down a step. I'm running down to say, to congratulate them. Here, 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 here. Marcel, come and see. Yay, man. Hey, you're the man. Look, Eric, look at this fish. Look at this fish. Whoa, that is a male, and he is, whoa, he is a serious fish, absolutely serious fish. Yeah, biggest fish of the season. He's an alternate. Yeah, we don't see many. Yeah, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. In fact, yeah, 25 pounder or there around. Look at this fish. Look at this fish. Look at the mouth on him. And he's taking a wee tiny little Francis fly. Look, tiny little Francis fly. An incredible fish. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful fish. Look at that for an absolutely beautiful fish from the Blanda River in Iceland. Eric, typical fish, typical one of your, probably the best fish of the season, but they catch these fish all the time, every year. Yeah, so it's an original Blanda species, Eric. Yep. Look, get on your knees, boy. Marcel, are you happy with that fish?
No comment.